In my world, history isn't written by the victors. It's written by the archivists. And sometimes it contains secrets they never intended for us to find. For 5 years, I was a junior archivist at Blackwood University, a place so steeped in tradition, it smelled of old paper and dust. My job was to bring our history into the digital age, a task that Professor Albright, the tenure head of the Historical Society, found deeply offensive. Leo, he'd say, his voice thick with condescension, data is not history. Clicks are not scholarship. He saw my work as a frivolous game, a desecration of the sacred text he guarded. The end came on a rainy Thursday. He called me into his cavernous office, lined with books that hadn't been opened in a century. Your contract is not being renewed, he said, without even looking up from a manuscript. We require a more traditional approach. No thank you. No acknowledgement of the systems I had built from scratch. I was just a line item, easily deleted. As I was clearing out my small basement office, I found it, a leather-bound binder, tucked away in a mislabeled box. The spine was creased, the cover embossed with the university's original crest. Inside, yellowed and brittle, were the original founding charters from 1882. My fingers trembled as I read. It was dense, full of arcane legal language. But then I saw it, a clause, tucked away in an addendum about the university library's governance. Section 8.1c. All appointments to the academic board and any alteration of the university's foundational curriculum require the unanimous, written consent of the head archivist. No one had revoked that clause. They had just forgotten it. And Dr. Evans, the head archivist and my only ally, had just been pushed into early retirement by Albright himself. I didn't go to HR. I didn't make a scene. I took the binder, went home, and called Dr. Evans. 2 weeks later, an emergency board meeting was called. Albright was planning to announce his new, traditional curriculum, a vanity project designed to cement his legacy. He stood at the podium, beaming. Then Dr. Evans walked in. He wasn't loud. He didn't shout. He simply placed one document on the table. "Gentlemen," he said, his voice quiet but carrying the weight of 100 years of history, "I believe you've overlooked something." The silence in that room was a thing of beauty. Albright's face went from triumph to confusion to pure, unadulterated panic. His entire legacy, his power, all of it, rested on a clause he never knew existed, a clause now wielded by the very man he had forced out. My phone buzzed a day later. It was Dr. Evans. Albright was out as chairman. His curriculum was dead, and the board had just approved the creation of a new department, the Department of Digital Archives. "I need a director," Dr. Evans said. "Someone who understands that history is not just about the past, but also about the future. I start on Monday. My new office is on the top floor, right next to the boardroom. Sometimes from my window, I see Professor Albright walking across the quad, looking smaller. Somehow, he thought he could erase me. But all he did was give me the pen. And now, I get to write the next chapter.